All right, Season 2, Episode 6 of the Stand Firm podcast. We are here on a Friday evening. It is 77 degrees.
Whew, in March.
It feels so nice.
It's so good.
And the weather's really, it's going to be, temperature-wise, we're dropping down into the high 40s, but it's staying around here.
Oh, okay.
For next week. It's in the high 60s, high 40s.
I heard next week we're going to get some storms.
Yeah, well, we're in the storm season, my friend.
Yeah, the flood season, really.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm Quintin.
I'm Wyatt.
This is a Stand Firm podcast where two Christians sit down. You know what we do? We have some honest conversations, and we discover some hard truths.
That's right.
Sometimes. But yeah, we're just sitting outside. We are just, the word that the kids use is vibing.
Vibing.
Tonight.
Sure.
It was a lot of fun. We figured we'd sit outside tonight because it's just nice out here.
Right. I mean, it is too nice of a day not to pass up.
So
I'm actually starting to sweat at work now. I'm remembering how much I kind of don't like it, but yeah. I would rather sweat at work than be freezing.
Oh, so. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Let's see. We got a lot going on, me and Wyatt. Home ownership's on the horizon for the both of us. It's very fun. Very fun. Very expensive. Yes.
So expensive.
Have found that out. Yes.
Yeah. That's a perfect segue, though, to put in a little Proverbs. The borrower is slave to the lender. That.
Yeah, let's talk about our massive home loans we're about to have.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm really trying to enjoy, the last little bit of this kind of season that I'm in, of, staying at home, and I don't know. I know there's going to be a big transition coming, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, I try and rush it, and then I'm, not content where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And it's I want to be, on my own, or both career-wise and, home-wise, but I don't know. That's been something I've been trying to focus on recently, is really trying to think about and appreciate the good things I have right now, because I know it'll change. I know I'll get new struggles, but I also know it's going to be better overall.
Yeah, you have to be content. Being content's huge. To just enjoying life in general. Your vacations will suck if you're not content in life.
Right.
People think that going on vacation's going to fix the struggles of whatever's going on, and believe it or not, the struggles are there when you get back, and you're the same person whether you're in Cabo or Columbus, Indiana.
Right.
So you have to be content in your life, because you just find that you just dread going back.
Right.
So the end of your vacation is dreading it. And then the same thing goes with moving locations, and you go with you. Mm-hmm. If you're not content where you are now, you won't be wherever you're going.
Right. No physical or environmental change is going to fix that, because that's I think a problem of the soul. That's what I think is really powerful about Christianity too, is it shows you a way. I mean, it's still a really hard way, but it shows you the way.
Yeah.
And gives you the tools to be content in whatever your situation is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, this has been living in this house we're in now has taught contentment for sure, and just being satisfied in what you have.
You excited to get some central AC?
I'm so excited, dude. So excited. I can't wait.
Yes.
But just think, it's just it's a small house, and it's creaky and old, and, but we've found joy in it. It was our first home. Emma was telling me the other night, she's like, I'm kind of sad. This is our first, when we got married, this is our first house we lived in, and so, but
I don't think you're ever going to forget that.
No, and it's nice we had a house like this, because you get to appreciate, whatever we get next, so.
Right.
But yeah, no, that has taught us a lesson in just being okay with what we have, and knowing that we did it on our own, and knowing that, obviously there's plenty of people in our life that assist us and help us, but knowing that we worked hard, we got ourselves in a position where we could do this,
right,
and we did it. And when we're older and looking back, and we're in our quote, final home and our
Mm-hmm.
forever home, and we've got everything that, we're able to look back and, see where we started
Right.
and the struggle that got us there. I think that helps with contentment too.
Yeah. Kind of appreciating what you've earned, and even the things that you haven't earned that have been blessings and that you kind of don't deserve, but we still get anyway, right? Because we all get that. I feel like that's a skill that's not taught as well. Like, I feel like we're always told to, like, not be boastful and to not brag about everything you have or something that you have that someone else doesn't have. And absolutely, you shouldn't do that. But I feel like, the pendulum is swung all the way that way. So then it's hard to celebrate your wins when you have a true, honest win.
Yeah.
And I think that puts you in a different kind of pit, because outwardly you're succeeding and you have a good life, but you just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that it's hard to talk about, because, when you tell anybody that, it's like, I don't feel good. Then the normal reaction is like, well, why? You have all of this, or you look like this, or anything. You should be grateful for that.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but it's a mental pit,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something the other day that said, we don't have everything we want now, but we had everything we wanted 5 years ago.
Right.
And that was one thing that I was like, that's true. I mean, I was thinking about that with Emma. I was like, even 2 years ago, so 2 years ago today, we were getting ready to get married, and we were just talking about how great it's going to be married and live in the same home and, all these things, and we have that now, but now we're here like, we want this in our house and this, we don't have all this and that, and it's like, but we have everything we wanted. It just helps with appreciation. It's like,
it definitely does.
Like, we are on the right track. We're achieving our goals. A dangerous thing is constantly moving the goalposts on yourself.
Right.
Without, like you kind of said, without taking time to appreciate that, hey, I just achieved this. Now, of course, you should keep setting goals and continue to strive for, more. But in that, when you achieve a goal, celebrate it.
Right.
Like for us, buying a house. When we close on this house in April, we're going to take time to celebrate that. And of course, then 3 years down the road, we'll be looking at the next one, and we'll be...
Right.
But we took time to celebrate that goal and then meet a new one.
Yeah. I think celebration and remembering, too. I've also heard that that's a way to help you feel like you're not just working your life away, like how your weeks and things blend together, is you should do something that takes you off autopilot once a day, whether it's purposely taking like a longer way to work or purposely going out of your way to try a new fast food joint or just a new restaurant that popped up, like doing something out of the way that you don't recognize on autopilot, because our brains recognize the same.
Yeah.
So then they kind of blend together because it's all the same.
Right.
But I definitely think remembering, like trying to recall the things, and like you said, where you're at, is because if you can remember where you're at 2 years ago, then you can be grateful for where you're at today. But if you don't remember that, then you're always like Sisyphus at the bottom of the hill, trying to push this boulder up the mountain. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that I think we're going to learn over the next couple months. Is also, man, dude, life is such a roller coaster. I was talking to my buddy at work about this today, of Frank Sinatra, like, that's life.
Oh, yeah.
Is it flying high?
Up, down.
Is it flying high in April, shot down in May?
Something like that.
Or just May or June.
Yeah. A puppet and a pauper.
Yeah.
A pauper is the guy who works a puppet.
Yeah.
Pirate, a king. I don't really know how those work together, but, whatever. Pirates are normally poor, so... Right, but, yeah, it definitely is.
It's kind of that way, and it's that constant up-down. But whenever you know that, and whenever you don't find your, I guess, satisfaction or your identity in worldly things and possessions and relationships, whatever that may be, that doesn't affect you like it does other people. That swing, that roller coaster doesn't take you down, because your salvation and your joy never wavers, or it shouldn't.
Right.
So you always have that.
And I've also heard that, going back to the Sisyphus metaphor, I can't really place who said it, but it's not about pushing the rock up the hill or where the rock is on the hill. It's about enjoying pushing the rock, right?
Yeah.
It's how you push the rock.
Oh, yeah.
And it definitely is like that in life. Because I think to Ecclesiastes, like, everything under the sun is pointless, basically. Except for a few things, right? Relationships, love, family, things like that. Because those last beyond death. But I think it really matters in how you toil under the sun, right? It matters, even though the toil and the things you produce, a lot of times, really, they're not going to last. Most things break in 50 years, you know what I mean? Even the best put in sewer still, it might last 60, 70 years, but
Right.
eventually it's going to collapse.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter about how many sewers you put in or how nicely you put the sewers in. It matters if you can laugh and joke with your buddies while you're
Yeah.
doing it,
Oh, yeah.
right? And you can talk to people, minister to people while you work. You know what I mean? You can work for something that's going to last much longer than what you're actually working on, the item or
Yeah.
the thing,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's enjoying the day-to-day life.
Right.
Instead of just living for the weekend or working for the weekend,
Yeah.
enjoying that opportunity to go work, enjoying your work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my work gets difficult, but I love what I do.
Right.
And every
That's
day...
hard to remember some days. It really is.
It is, but
And-
I genuinely enjoy my job. I
Right.
genuinely enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy the people I work with. So, like, I don't honestly have days where I dread going to work. I don't like getting up out of bed, but...
Right.
But I don't dread going to work. I enjoy it, and I think that's part of enjoying your life is whatever you do is it just enjoy it, because it's what you do every day. You're gonna do it either way. It's
Exactly.
Just, are you going to enjoy it or are you gonna hate it? Either way, it's got to get done.
Right. And it's so funny because it's completely your choice, but sometimes that feels like the hardest choice, because I feel like we focus so much on the externals. Like, if I have an easy day at work, I'm going to love it, but if I have a hard day, I'm going to hate it.
Yeah.
Well, you can choose to love it both ways. Now, I get it. That's really hard, and we always kind of have that pull to, like, the external things we feel, like an easy day of work. But I think then it takes a lot of, like, a conscious remembering and conscious, like, what is it? Like, measuring the goalpost and seeing what you're doing. Because I think of hard days at work, but then I remember it's like, yeah, but I've, whatever it is. I told you about my tennis elbow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got my tennis elbow, and that really sucks.
Yeah.
Like on days, it was like 2 weeks ago or something, we were digging sewers, and of course I'm the apprentice, so I'm digging. So
Right.
it's really hurting my arm.
Yeah.
And it was just after we went to jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
and I had mat burn on both toes. So it's like both feet and my elbow. It's like I'm falling apart, and it's terrible. But at the end of the day, even though I was like so tired, it was so nice to sit down, and I felt so good because you did something so hard.
Dude, that
You know what I mean?
yes, I find so much joy in that.
Right.
Like, sitting down after a long day of work, it's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not about like clicking your heels going, yippee, I get to work more. No. But I think it's a conscious appreciation of it. Like, well, I think of it kind of like a hard spar or a hard roll or something like
Yes.
that. It's like it's going to put up a good fight, but I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, after you and I, like, so me and Wyatt are going to jiu-jitsu together.
That's right. Yeah.
Fill everybody in. It's been a blast.
It's been very fun.
We had the opportunity to roll. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, well, I think it was last week.
Was it last week?
I don't remember. I think 2 weeks ago, honestly, because my toes have healed up.
We had the opportunity to do that, and we rolled together. And dude, it kicked my butt.
Man, you came at me. I thought it's like, all right, we're starting on the ground. We weren't starting standing up because there was enough people in there that if somebody gets thrown, we're gonna land on somebody else.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, we're starting on the ground. All right, he's going to take it easy. And you came full bore at me. It's like, oh, no.
Well, I figured you would, too. And I was like, well, I can't let myself get locked up before I even get the chance to, so I got to go.
Right.
And, dude, for 4 minutes.
Yes, dude.
We didn't stop. Neither one of us tapped. And it was nonstop for
and
4
neither
minutes.
one of us could tap each other because you got really close. And I feel like I got pretty close towards the end, but then the buzzer went.
Would you have me in at the end? I don't even remember.
I thought I was getting you towards like a cross collar choke because I had my hand up against your neck, grabbing the collar of your gi. I think if I could have spun around, I think I could have got it.
I was just trying to survive, and
me too in the beginning.
Yeah. Problem is, there's a couple times where like I was in front of you, and I had like a guillotine, I guess, but I haven't been doing class long, so like I can do this, but I don't know the quote, the way to do it. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to like use really sloppy technique.
Exactly.
So I chose not to do it. Like I was like, I'm gonna stick to the things that we've practiced. The only thing I did almost get you in that I know how to do is a rear naked choke. And I was pretty dang close.
You really did. I buried my chin into my chest.
I had my
full
fist.
Turtle.
I didn't get to really but I had my fist grinding your jaw.
Oh, I felt it. And I was like, no, I know what he's doing. I'm gonna resist this.
Yeah, I mean, I had my fist grinding into your jaw bad. And I know another trick, but I was told not to use it because I told it was a bad move. It was a jerk move. But to just get up under your nose.
Oh, man, that is a terrible one. Because I've had it done to me, at least in practice, and just like practicing it or showing me hurt so much.
So, did they do it there?
I believe so, yeah. Because he talked about like the 7 pressure points. Because a lot of these guys are former police officers.
He was the one that told me it was a bad move. Because I would have done it to you.
Yeah, I mean, that would have made me like freak out. Not like in a bad way or nothing, but it would have made me like my chin would have popped up. I would have
got your
Oh yeah, you'd have definitely got me.
But I didn't do it.
But I might have been a little salty. Yeah, it's like, man, that really hurts. But I get it,
Yeah. But anyways, all that being said, it
was so much fun.
Kicked my freaking butt, but it was a lot of fun. And after the class, it's like you feel good,
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like work can be like that a lot. I mean, granted, 4 minutes goes by much faster than 8 hours.
Sure.
But like we've been saying, I definitely think it's how you push the rock instead of looking at, it's like, I've got so much more to go, Because I've been thinking about that a lot, too. Just about to graduate from the apprenticeship and thinking back to when I started. One, the knowledge difference, like knowing all of these things, knowing like the techniques and understanding like when things are about to break or things like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But it's also pretty cool in a way just looking at work because, everything when I started used to be so new and foreign. So everything is like, I don't know, like bright in a sense. You know what I mean? Like you're almost like starstruck or something in that effect. And now it's much more commonplace. Like, that's just what that is. It's like, that's a 2-inch water main. It's like, I know how to deal with that.
Yeah.
And it's always funny listening to like my dad or somebody else who doesn't do plumbing for a living. They're like, the main sewer, and it's like, it's not that bad. It's just bigger pipes, know. But it's pretty cool, and I do think it starts to be more like of a conscious effort that it's like, man, this is really cool. This is something that, maybe somebody could fumble their way through, but I'm confident and know how to do this. Even if it doesn't seem like rocket science to me, it could be rocket science to somebody else.
Yeah.
So just having that kind of appreciation for that, you know what I mean? Like my brother's a mechanic. I'm inept at cars. I can change oil and a tire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's about it. So when we had an issue with my truck, and it was something so stupid, and I didn't even catch it. And Damien immediately saw it. I was like, "Oh, cool!" I was about to take that into the shop and have to probably pay like $200 for them to
tell you,
to tell me that the auto had switched to 4-wheel high when it shouldn't have, and it stayed that way, even though there wasn't snow or anything on the roads or nothing like that.
Yeah,
I've kept it that way really all the time I've driven it, but for some reason it switched and it didn't switch back. And so Damien gets in and is like, "Yeah, dude, it's in 4-wheel high." It's like, oh, okay. So then I'm the idiot, of course. But I don't know. It's really cool seeing everybody's specializations, and like to everybody who's specialized in that field, it looks like commonplace, and they probably don't feel like they know that much or they're doing that much, but you really are. Yeah. Because I'm not specialized in it. You know what I mean? So what's easy to a plumber's going to be hard to an electrician because they do different things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's one thing I've really noticed at work is just learning. And it is cool to know. I love walking somebody, even into our plant, like somebody who's an experienced maintenance tech, knows most things, you know, who's done it for a while. But just showing them the process and like knowing everything about how our stuff runs is really cool. And walking up to something and being able to like effectively troubleshoot it. And, you know, yeah, just having that skill. Like looking at a panel, you know, one of these massive, like, you know, 7 foot tall, you know, however long, however wide panels full of wires, and knowing like, yeah, this is how this works, this is where all this is what all this does. It's cool.
Right.
It's like what you're talking about with the sewer. It's like somebody new looks at that and they freak out, you know, but it's like, no, it's just some wires.
Right, exactly. It's just some wires. It's like, but it's all on a bigger scale. But again, yeah, because you've specialized in it, you understand how it works, and it's not really, it feels like commonplace. I feel like that's a lot with life. It's funny going into houses because I work with such old guys a lot.
Yeah.
And even like the youngest guy next to me is like 29.
Yeah.
So even still, it's like he's got an apartment with a wife and a kid.
Right.
So then I see people my age or just a hair younger, like they just got out of high school, which is always a weird mess up. It's like, yeah, dude, you didn't just graduate. You're like 5 years out, you know?
Dude, which is wild anyways. Yeah, in itself is crazy.
But yeah, I mean, just seeing, because at times it doesn't feel like I've grown that much to be like, whatever, 5 so years out of high school. Yeah. But then you see someone back who like just got out of high school and it's like, man, you know, you're an idiot or something like that. You know, you're a kid, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That kind of puts it in perspective. So it's kind of weird, right? I've just been thinking about that a lot. Like how growth doesn't always look like growth. It kind of just looks like you're staying in the same place. Like riding in a car. It's like you don't feel how fast you're going within reason.
Right.
But it's just the scenery around you changes.
It's the boiling frog, you know.
Right.
You know, where it's like you boil a frog, you put it in a pot of water, and you just slowly turn up the heat.
Right.
Didn't realize it's being boiled. Mm-hmm. You know, it's the same way. It's like we've just slowly grown and learned, and we haven't realized where we are until we take a step back. You don't realize how hot the water is until you shut it off, get out and turn it, or get out and get back in, and you're scorching.
Right.
You know, you don't realize how much you've grown until you look back at yourself, you know, and you're like, wow. Like I was going through some files on my computer the other day. I got in my old computer at work, and like when I had first started, some of the stuff I was working on, like I was hanging up whiteboards and stuff, dude. You know, it was like,
oh yeah,
you know, and it's like, oh wow, how I've, you know, grown. You know, as in like, to me that was like I'm learning something new. Man, I'm learning how to like effectively hang this up and it not fall, and you know, and now I'm, you know, you're upgrading massive panels and stuff like that. You know, there's still so much to learn and grow in, but it's like it's just completely changed. But you don't realize it until you take a look back.
Right.
And you're like, I remember whenever, you know, looking at a motor, wiring in a motor is like a foreign language. You know, now it's like basics.
Right.
So it just interesting stuff like that.
Right. And I know there's probably some older guys listening to this going, it's like, man, these guys are kids, you know? It's like, but I think that tool is applicable at all stages in life.
Oh, it absolutely is.
From high school to, I mean, 80 years old.
Well, even when you and I started this podcast,
right?
If we went back and listened to some of our early episodes, there's probably some takes that we had where we're like, man, we did not know what we were talking about.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I can only imagine being like 50 and like coming back to listen to our old podcast from now and being like, wow. Like he had no idea what life had in store.
Right, exactly. That's what, you know, I feel like we get stuck in that. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like change is overwhelming, like you shouldn't change, like just like opinions, like you shouldn't change your mind, because then I don't know if I can really trust you or nothing like that. It's like, but people grow all the time. It's like our opinions do subtly change within of course within reason, but like people change over time. So it's, I don't know, I feel like it's looked at more like a weird thing if you kind of embrace the change, or at least understand it's happening, and it's like, all right, this happens. And I feel like people get upset about it when it does happen. It's like, well, you can't stop it. You know what I mean? It's like we can't make any of our hairs gray or not. We can't add an inch to our height at all. You know what I mean? We're not in control of this.
Right. set yourself up for a height joke, but I won't take it.
I wondered why you grinned at me. It's like, what?
Yeah, we just want to take some time, sit outside, and just talk. I enjoy these. Wyatt does too. So, yeah, no video.
Nope, but you get the sweet bird ambiance. I love hearing the birds chirp, man.
I do too.
It is
I
so
like
good.
But yeah, just enjoy where you're at, and take some time to celebrate the milestones you've already achieved. Don't constantly focus on the next goal. While that's great and wonderful, and you should have those goals, but take a time when you achieve them to really live in that, really celebrate that, so you don't feel like you're running an endless rat race. So you feel like you've done something.
Right. Any victory, any step forward is a victory, no matter how small. Because at the end of the day, as long as you keep moving forward, you could take that into infinity. You're always going to keep growing.
Yeah.
'Cause I like that idea too. That heaven is a perfect place that gets better over time. You know what I mean? So, just aiming upward and just trying to strive upward. That's good. It doesn't matter how fast you're climbing, so long as you're climbing up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any hoot and hollering, that's where we're at. It's a beautiful Friday.
Yes.
Very wonderful. We will catch you guys next time.
Yeah.